Hello everybody, this is Freddy with FreddyCanFly, and in today's video is a benchmark, something I have been waiting to do for a very long time now. So please stay tuned throughout this entire video. We are going to be doing an out-of-the-box first look at the NiTron machine. Now, a lot of you guys are aware that I've done the series on the 5.5, which is the little brother or the electric version of this beast right here. And I've been chomping at the bit to get myself one of the NiTron kits. It's here, it showed up. Let's quit talking and let's open it up. It is kind of a bigger box, kind of big on my bench. So I'm going to kind of set it off to the side a little bit. It should be packaged basically similar. Most Helis keep everything uniform, so I'm going to assume it's packaged pretty similar to the 5.5, but you can tell the boxing's a little bit different. It's got the Tron, NiTron logo on there. I really like the color scheme on the box. It is a little bit different. They got rid of the black versus white lettering and went to a black letter with a white background kind of a thing. Really like it. I'm really liking it. So let's pop the top off this, guys, and let's see what we've got in the contents of the kit. And just to kind of let you look, I mean, again, you've got your boxes. Now, you guys all know me. You've seen enough of my videos. I don't have any patience in my body. So, of course, I've already opened this up and played around with some things here and there because I can't wait. It's impossible. So, first thing, let's just go ahead and pull out, just so you guys have an expectation and everything, inside this little box that you get. Now this kit, it doesn't come with your mains and tails. However, I'll be helping with distributing the kit alongside Fatboy Heli products. If you guys are interested in getting one of these kits, feel free to contact me on Facebook or on Messenger. Or you can go to fatboyheliproducts.com website to get an order in. Now, if you do it through me, though, you do get a set of the FreddyCanFly mains and tails thrown in for free. That way you can kind of bling out your machine a little bit and represent. So, but yeah, guys, so essentially, I mean, they package everything so easy that, I mean, it's almost kind of hard to do any sort of a review on because it's just all there. It's ready to go. I mean, you've got one box that's going to contain all your parts, right? All your building blocks. Now, I do want to say, since this is a nitro version, there are going to be some subtle differences, I know, between this and the 5.5. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe they said something about the fact that it's like 90 to 95% parts compatibility with the 5.5. Something along those lines, but we've got the nice main rotor here. Let's not be greedy here. Let's pop it open and let's take a look. All the plastic looks well sealed. You know, guys, and like most machines nowadays, everything's got such good quality that I haven't really ran into too many machines nowadays that get a bad review, so to speak. But there are a lot of differences, pros and cons, and whatnot. You know, Swashplates are always one of my favorite things to look at. I will tell you this, like one of the design features that I like about the Tron swash, let's say on this NiTron here, that I don't see a lot on some of the other machines is when it comes down to the swash. Now, it does specify in the manual that the swash is factory assembled, but it is not Loctited, so the bearings and stuff are all pressed. But when we do the build series on this, guys, you'll follow along and you'll see I love that they don't dry fit your parts with Loctite already. I hate when companies do that because you go to take it apart and you end up rounding stuff out, or you got to re-clean it, and it's just a pain. These are completely, like, right off the production line, no thread locker at all. And I love that because that means that I get to hand put in every single thread so that I know that it's safe to fly. So, Swashplate, as always, feels beautiful, looks beautiful. They've got a little bit of a different ball layout, it looks like, on this because they have higher rise and lower rise. So we'll get to that stuff during the build, but again, swash looks great. Oh, what I was going to point out, though, too, is they use the metal clamping mechanism, too, on their swash. Sorry, it's getting a little bit dark in here, but hopefully you guys can see that. Let me even just get a little bit of a zoom in. That might help. But yeah, they use the pin and lock system on there, which I think is cool. I don't see a lot of Swashplates that have that. So that's kind of a unique design. I like it. Looks cool. Let's take a quick peek at the main rotor here real fast. Let's see what that looks like. It would be nice in the future, though, if they just did Ziploc baggies. All this plastic kills me. Yeah, main rotor looks great. As always, comes just lightly pre-assembled. We are going to make sure to fully disassemble, grease, clean, relock. We'll do all that during our building series, which is coming up. Guys, I can't wait. I'm not 110% sure yet what it is that I'll be putting into this. I'm pretty sure I'll be sticking with an OS engine. Servos, I'm still kind of up in the air. You know, governor, glow, all that jazz. I'm not 100%. I'm still playing around with different options, but during the actual video series when we do the building and stuff, I will be sure to address that. Now, the nice thing about this particular NiTron model is the variety that they allow. Like, there's a bunch of different gearing blades. You can have from 550 up to 610s, I do believe. And there's different gearing and different shims for the motor to accommodate the different gearing size and stuff. So very interesting design. This is new, obviously, from the 5.5 kit, but boom, we got us a fuel tank. Damn good looking fuel tank too. Hey, it even comes with a little, check that out. Hey, we gotta look at this. It comes with a little vent port here. So I'm used to flying, I flew nitros basically my whole life. I mean, I am a nitro guy at heart. And I'm not used to a couple of things here. So I usually would fly the Align model nitros. They were just easier and more accessible to me as a little guy. But I am not used to this. This looks like a pretty high quality fuel tank right here, guys. Look at this. So it actually comes with an all metal and a rubber grommet exhaust valve in the kit. Most cases, your exhaust vent, like on the Align tanks, it's actually molded on there. So you would just put your tubing on. But this one's actually all metal, and it's got the O-ring and everything. That is pretty badass. I do say I wish it would have been in the Tron orange color that they use. That would have just added some flair, but there's no reason to complain over spilled milk, little things like that. So that right there I love. I think that's going to make for a great tank design. I think the tubing and the cleanup is going to look a lot better. Tank looks to be a pretty decent size. Now this is also something I found to be interesting. Most clunk systems that I see, and please guys, when I say most, take in mind I don't mean every, I just kind of mean it as an overall. But they usually come with those really heavy metal clunks, right? They look like a little tip of a bullet. This one actually has like the what do they call it? Like the fuel magnet kind of clunk, where it's got the material there to always absorb and have nitro fuel on there. So you try to get as clean of a fuel line feed as possible. I like that. I think most nitro kits that have that all metal clunk, they sell you that upgrade of the fuel magnet or whatnot in different clunk designs. So this one, it seems like it's got great airflow. I'm excited about this. This is going to be interesting. Reason-wise, it's going to be nice to see how long this lasts, how often you have to replace the material. Of course, as long as you're fueling and defueling your tank appropriately and getting rid of a lot of the exhaust gases in there that eat away at parts, I want to say that this should last a pretty long time. It's got good weight to it, so you're not going to have to worry about the flipping or flopping. But check that out, guys. In the kit, not an upgrade part. I'm pretty happy about that. I have been out of nitros for a little while, so again, if newer kits are coming with those as well, maybe I'm just a little bit out of date on that, but whatever. So that looks good. More accessories. The tail. I want to say the tail looks just about the same as it does on the 5.5. Some of the subtleties and some of the differences, of course, guys, we'll get into when we get to doing some build work. Everything else in here looks to be same. Anti-rotation bracket. trying to pick out some of the newer parts that you guys aren't going to be used to seeing. Because I feel like that's what we're really wanting to see a review on. So let's throw this in here, because I've got a couple parts set to the side here. I'm really excited about this fuel tank, guys. That's freaking cool. So I've got sitting over here, if I can get all this junk back in here. I've got sitting over here let's check out the fan, right? We haven't seen a fan in the last out of the box review for this, so what do we got here? It is a plastic fan, okay? It might be something like a carbon composite or an impregnated metal, or not metal, but plastic of some kind. They never really specify with these, but I will tell you this, it's robust. I mean, it feels, I wouldn't be able to break this with my hands if I tried, although I got kind of baby hands, but everything looks good. The fan looks pretty well designed. I want to say kind of basic, pretty simple. Most machines nowadays that are nitros have a pretty similar fan. So, just a new part to look at. It feels great though. It feels really strong. So I'm not too worried about the integrity of this part. Fan hub looks pretty simple, pretty basic. So that looks good. I don't see any burrs or defects on the fan. So if it's like injection molded or whatever, they're doing a really good job there with releasing it out, because I'm not going to have to do any cleanup on there, and that's always been a nice feature. Oh, cool, okay, so they give you the gasket stuff for around the fuel tank. Looks pretty nice. I'm not going to open that now. Now the main gear, I don't have an extra 5.5 main gear sitting around that I can do a comparison with, but I want to say this main gear looks a wee bit different. Overall, this top design here, I want to say this gear looks a little bit bigger too, and that might be just due to the different gearing ratios and stuff that we can get. But then you've got your tail belt pulley on the bottom. It looks great. It's helical cut. I want to say this is probably made of the same material as your fan hub. Feels good. I like it. I'm gonna leave this in the box because it's got, or the bag, because it's got the grease and stuff from the one-way. Ooh, yes. Okay, here we go. So this is cool. So in my particular kit, you'll notice on my clutch stack, it labels it NiTron. And in this kit, the base kit, it's got the 21 tooth. I know that you can place orders, or I think here in the near future, as this starts to come out, you'll be able to purchase the additional pinions, just kind of like the way it was with the 5.5. You could buy different pinions and whatnot, just for whatever kind of blades you're going to be swinging, guys. But it looks like in the stock kit, 21 tooth, which I do believe we can go up to the 610s on those. I'll confirm a lot of that information again as we complete the build. But man, this feels awesome. Wow. You can feel the quality of bearings. You know how sometimes you'll get out a clutch stack again. I'll never product bash ever, but some of the other ones out there, you spin them and you can kind of hear the racing of the bearings, or they kind of just feel like they've been sitting on a shelf for a long time or something. That feels freaking... I love that it doesn't just completely spin. You can feel the resistance there, as in it's a brand spanking new bearing, you know. Ooh, there's my clutch in there. I don't know if I can pull it out right now, but... Can I get it out? Yeah, I'll have to do that later. But yeah, the clutch is in there. I am interested in seeing the quality of clutch material. Oh, here we go. Actually, I did get it out. In the manual, it does specify as well that the... and I love this. I love this because I hate putting liner pads in. It's just not one of my favorite things in the world to do. I know it's part of the Nitro game, but liner pad is already pre-installed. It's pre-trimmed as well, and it looks beveled. Very decent. I do not know at this time what material it has in the liner pad, but it looks nice. The clutch is kind of almost a copper color. It feels good though. One-way bearing is not greased. It doesn't look like, so we'll visit that. We're gonna grease the heck out of that bad boy. The clutch separation cuts. Everything looks good, guys. And the clutch, you can tell this clutch is gonna grab, so we're probably gonna have to burn in the clutch a little bit. You know, when we do our initial startups and everything, because that clutch is right on par. with that liner. So this is going to have a great feel when it spins up. So cool. We've got our 21 tooth pinion and everything there. Last thing I really see in here, not that it's that big a deal, but I always kind of like to look at this for fun, is the fan shroud. There's a lot of different designs out there for fan shrouds. I'm going to go ahead and be a bit of a butthead on this one, because one of the worst designed fan shrouds I've ever ran into was when I was a little guy and they had the Avant Mastro come out. And boy, did I drool over that thing. Saved up, bought it. And I remember the very first problem I ran into once I was building everything is all the holes in my fan shroud stripped out. And it was hard to get parts and this and that, so I had to do a lot of gluing and rigging. But the fan shroud's always been an interesting piece for me. I have learned nowadays that a lot of them are that plastic material, but I'll pre-tap all my holes before mating everything together. But yeah, again, it just looks like a standard fan shroud. I mean, there's nothing extremely unique about the design. Airflow looks like it'll be decent. No burrs. Again, if this is an injection molded part or however they're making them, it's clean. It's very clean. So I'm not going to have to do any cleanup or sanding or anything on that. That also makes me feel happy. So that's kind of the basics of the box there, as far as what to expect difference-wise. Everything else looks to kind of be about the same. You know, head, tail, frame parts, gyro mounting plates, all that fun stuff. Got a little bit of framework. Now, the frames are going to be different, of course, due to the fact that it's a nitro outfit, not an electric. So the frames we'll get a better look at, but I do know, again, from previous experience here, the quality of frames is great. Some people say you need to go and sand all your edges and this and that and this and that. Guys, I've never done that on any Heli. I've never chafed or split any wires. Personal preference, I'm not saying do that, but they seem to have really nice kind of rounded carbon. It probably wouldn't kill you to just double check everything with your fingers and make sure you're not putting yourself at risk or anything, but I don't see the need. Got more frame parts. Okay, tail boom. So just some more frame parts underneath. I believe tail boom. Again, let me compare this real quick. Actually, tail boom is a little bit longer than it is on the 5.5. I just kind of did a hold-up comparison. It looks to be a little bit longer. I haven't measured it or checked the specs, but still the same boom design. It's got that teardrop, what do they call it? The teardrop design, teardrop shape. I love these booms. I gotta tell you, growing up as a kid, one of the things I actually hated was the freaking boom supports, man. Yeah, it was fun to put some like braided sleeving and stuff on there and kind of bling out your machine, but in a crash, those were always the things to go. Sometimes you'd be flying. I actually was flying once, and one of them, on one of my align machines, vibrated off, and it was dangling down to where I almost couldn't land my machine. So, getting back to it, not having the boom supports, I think, is just a great innovation and a great update on the design. Here we go. Last but not least, one of my favorites, the Canopy. Let me pull this bad boy out of here. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Say what you want, but I think Tron has one of the nicest, most basic and simple, clean-looking canopies. I love them. I love that it's not all high gloss. You're not paying all this extra money for paint that's gonna chip and crack, you know, just by putting it on and off. But at the same time, it's just so modern, I don't know if that's even the right word. It's just sleek. I love it. So here we go, NiTron Canopy. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Damn. That is clean. I don't see, giving it just kind of a visual inspection, I don't see any defects. Paint lines, like the tape lines, are so freaking clean on these. You know, I grew up with Canomod canopies, Goblins, Aligns, all that stuff. And a lot of the times you get these tape lines, you can tell they're ripped too quick or the paint didn't dry. Tape lines look clean as heck on this one. Ooh, wow, I really enjoy that. Let me actually grab, here's 5.5 Canopy. Now you'll see they're similar. I mean, they're almost damn near the same. They changed the hood color on the NiTron. This one's Tron 5.5. It looks like they moved the cutout vent, so you know we've got our electric motor here. We don't need that on the Nitro. Color scheme is like I said, they flipped around a couple of colors here and there. Size comparison, I don't even know how to really get that on here. Size comparison is just about the same. I want to say the NiTron is slightly bigger, and the ears extend back a little more. Other than that, they're damn near the same. But you guys can see the difference in colors. But they're still just so bold and so vibrant. I mean, one says NiTron, one says Tron 5.5. Other than that, they both just look freaking amazing. Now, I'm more of a green canopy guy. The Tron has the different colors of canopies. I am hoping that they will release the same color scheme, if you will, as they did for the 5.5, so I can keep everything blinged out. But, like, for example, let's see if I can get it up here on the bench. If you guys watch a lot of my setup videos and stuff, but my current system that I'm running right now on my 5.5 here is I've got the green version. And I think it looks badass up in the air. Sorry for the swear words, but it just looks mean. It looks angry, and I love it. But, so overall, guys, that's what to expect with the unboxing of the Tron 5.5. I am happier as happy could possibly be right now. Well, that's a lie. I'll be even happier once I'm actually out flying this bad boy. But I think building it's going to be a pretty fun experience. I love building Nitros, a lot of hands-on. So, follow along the build series, guys. We're going to work this from the ground up. I got to wait for some of my parts, like my motor and my muffler and all that jazz. And once we get it up, we'll get it out in the air. I'm sure we'll make a couple other videos. So, as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching and supporting me. I should have ordering information on these shortly. As always, you can contact me on Facebook or on IM for order details. You can visit Fatboy Heli Products website to place an order. And feel free to comment or subscribe. As always, my friends, Freddy can fly, so can you.